Hey, it's Random, and today I have for you another creator class video. Now, I haven't uploaded in the last 3-4 days or something like that, and I've just been getting back into the routine of working, so I will be uploading more often like I was before. Just thought I'd have a little break while I got back into the swing of things. So, today I'm doing a creator class video, and just going to run through quickly on all the classes, because these classes stay on at all times. The only one I do change is the bottom one, maybe two, depending on how the type's going. But this is the general setup I have on all my classes, and I do recommend trying these out because for me these are the best guns, the best attachments for each gun, and there's certain classes which I use for certain maps, which I'll explain. So first off, we have the PDW. Now, before I go through what I've got on the gun and all that, the perks that I set up I have on all these classes is Hardline, Ghost, Scavenger, Toughness, and Dexterity. Now, these are the best perks set up in my opinion, and if you put it on, you will see a difference, because personally for me, if you don't have any of these on, you do feel a lot of disadvantage and you can't run around the map as well as you can if they're on. Some people may say Toughness is a waste, or Dexterity, but Toughness is like the most important perk for me, apart from maybe Scavenger. And Dexterity I could get rid of, but I do like the climbing walls faster and also the aiming faster after sprinting. Just checking what that is before I say. So that's the general perk setup I have on, and the only class I don't have this on is the Overkill class. Now I'll get to this Overkill class in a minute, but the reason is just for the certain maps you play and if you can earn your score streaks quickly. So going back to the first class, we have the PDW. Now the reason I use suppressor fast mags is the fact that if you put anything on like long barrel or foregrip or FMJ or rapid fire or anything like that, that increases the accuracy, range, fire rate of any of these guns. So when you take off that perk, your gun feels really like not as good as it was before with that attachment. Even if you put a different attachment on, you have to get used to it. So personally for me, and this has made me use guns a lot better, and I find they're a lot easier to use, is if I don't use anything that increases accuracy or like range or anything which makes it more powerful from range, obviously. So I just put basically the basic suppressor fast mags, so the suppressor not being on the radar, and fast mags. So I mainly use fast mags just in for them scenarios when you're in the face of like 5 people and you may have like 30 bullets in your clip or something and you need to reload. So this is, I would recommend trying this out, because if you can get used to just having these two, then foregrip and all that go out the window and you don't have to waste putting them attachments on, because they kind of are a waste if you can get used to the gun without any of them attachments on. And this mainly applies for SMGs. There are a couple of assault rifles as well, because as you can see I have this for the Skorpion Evo as well, and this is the best setup for the Skorpion Evo by an absolute mile. Some reason if you take the suppressor off, it really isn't a good gun, so I definitely recommend trying this out. And fast mags is definitely needed, because the amount of bullets this fires in about 2 seconds is ridiculous. So you'll run out of ammo as well, so you'll need Scavenger. So next up we have 2 range guns. Now I only use these kind of guns on long range maps like Carrier, even though I've never understood on Chaos Mosh Pit, Carrier is one of the maps, even though it says small close quarter maps. And the only reason I can think of them saying it's close quarters is the fact that the spawn system is absolutely retarded on that map. I would say it's on par with how bad Nuketown is, but Nuketown's understandable because it's small, but Carrier isn't. So anyway, these are the 2 classes I use, and the reason I use select fire on the FAL is because from close quarters the FAL really is at a disadvantage because it's single fire. So from close range I hold down the trigger, but from long range I just shoot it as a FAL does, because that's what one of its main advantages. So close range you hold the trigger down, long range you don't, and this tends to work a lot. But if you want to hold down your trigger from range, I would recommend taking off target finder and putting on foregrip, because if you put foregrip on, I do like having that on as well, but I do prefer the target finder, because if you put foregrip on, then the select fire, the recoil isn't very bad really, it doesn't recoil much at all. So Foregrip select fire is something you could try, but personally this is better because the foul from long range, you just fired like 2 bullets, and that's what it's good for. And this is another gun I use mainly for going for the headshots, but I think I'm getting close now. But this is really good as well. Now it is quite powerful, but the reason that I use fast mags is if you miss a couple of bullets, it does tend to go through the bullets a lot quicker than the foul would. And well, it is a burst gun obviously, so it shoots 3 bullets instead of 1, but it does seem to go through bullets a lot, so you need the fast mags. And sometimes it kills people in 2 bursts, but sometimes it's like 5, so if you come across a couple of people and they don't die, then you're gonna need the fast mags. Next up is the Overkill class. Now this is the only class I changed my perks, and I've taken off Ghost and put on Overkill with a PDW. Now the reason I've done this is mainly a class for Nuketown or Standoff, because these are close call maps and I can earn a million counter UAVs, or like it won't matter if they can see me on radar because I'll still be able to kill them. Because you have instances on Nuketown where you're shooting, you got a Blackbird up, but they still can kill you because it's so close quarters. And I am using the MSMC on this class. Now I did flag this gun off before, but I think it has the best hit detection out of any gun. But the only time I like the MSMC is with fast mags, and that is it. If you use anything else, it isn't as good, personally. And I would try this class out. I have got a couple of nuclears with this, so I would recommend trying this out. Now, onto assault rifle. Now, Type 25, it's pretty much the same setup as an SMG, and the main reason for this is I find the MTAR, I do this with the MTAR as well. The MTAR and the Type 25 are kind of SMGs in a sense, but you just move slower because they have the power of an SMG, but they're a bit more accurate. But if you don't have the suppressor on and the fast mags, well, mainly the suppressor, then it doesn't feel like you're on level with an SMG. But as soon as you put the silencer on and the fast mags, then you can compete with the assault rifles. So that's the only reason I use fast mag suppressor. Because anything else I don't really see the point in, and as you can see I don't use sights because I don't really see the point. If you can get used to the iron sight, then you save yourself an attachment and you can put one of these 2 attachments on. Now last class, it says it's called the MTAR, but that's just me being lazy and not changing it. And this is the MSMC class from my Overkill, just obviously taken off the Overkill bit, put toughness on. And the only reason I've put quick draw in is because I don't like to use equipment. I die a lot from throwing it or dying to my own Betty or C4 or something like that, and it does get me a lot of deaths when I don't need it, so that's why I don't use equipment anymore. And I've actually played a lot better not using equipment because I'll throw it round the corner and then a guy will walk around while my hand's in there and kill me. So instead of having a lethal or a secondary, because I don't really switch to my secondary enough, I put quick draw handle on. Now I could put something else on, but I don't want to use these perks, as I said, like FMJ, long barrel, rapid fire, foregrip, or laser sight, because once you take them off you will notice a difference. So I've left them on, not put them on, and I put quick draw on. Now this is just so I can walk around the corner and aim down, because I don't blind fire enough really. I do need to learn, but I tend to aim even when I'm right next to them. But anyway, that's it guys. I hope this helps, because these are my best classes on this game, and I've got a really decent gameplay up next on the next video. So hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys later.